3 months ago, I turned this old dining room into my home studio. Now, I used to have a studio in an office block about 5 miles away from where I live to create YouTube and TikTok and other kind of video-based content, but the location didn't really work, so I relocated it here to my house. It's given me the freedom to be able to create content as and when I want. If I can't sleep one night and I feel like making a video, I can get up and come and shoot a video and I don't disturb anyone. And to date, it's been absolutely brilliant. The freedom it gives me to create content is, I can't get that freedom anywhere else. But with the direction that my eBay reselling project is going, where I am building a brand new eBay project from scratch and growing it as big as I can in 12 months' time, I've decided to focus down into the vintage clothing market, and to do that, this space needs a little bit of changing. Now, today you're probably used to seeing me sat in this kind of location with my studio lights on in a nice professional looking background to deliver my eBay tips and tricks videos to help you grow and succeed on eBay, and also forming part of my weekly vlog series. But with the changes that I'm making to my project account, moving into the vintage clothing market, this place has definitely got to change. And that's because I've got to bring in a purpose-built, dedicated photography area to shoot all the clothes that I'm going to be buying. And I've got to make sure it works for everything that I do, not just taking photographs of products, but also filming all my normal content that I do for YouTube and TikTok, and also the podcast as well. But I've got a really good plan. I'm going to bring you along with the journey. But the first port of call is I've got to go out and get some materials. Okay, we have got some materials that I think will build me a pretty decent slanted flat lay photography area, and I've already got some lights here which currently I use to kind of light my studio area when I'm doing direct to camera stuff. But the first thing we need to do, as you can probably see, the way that I've got this kind of area laid out was very much for podcasting. Originally I was going to have a person sat here, person sat there, camera straight down, film the podcast. However, most of my podcasts now are remote, so I use software and people dial in and it's just me. So actually this kind of layout, I don't need it like this anymore. And what I have got over here is a nice kind of blank area that I'm not doing anything with that area, and that is where I'm going to be putting the slanted flat lay area for the photography for the clothes. But first port of call, before we get anything in from the van, this lot needs moving. Now what I'm probably going to do, well what I am going to do, this desk I'm going to move over to here, so I'm facing that way. This I'm going to put behind me over here, and then I can light from that side and light from that side when I'm doing my direct to camera stuff. Now what do we think? What do we think? I don't think that looks too bad. I'm thinking about putting my plant, because you've got to have a bit of greenery, haven't you, back into this corner here, because I think that looks pretty good. The only thing that would have to move if I do it that way is the picture that I put on the wall would need to move that way a little bit, but then I would basically be sitting here. And then I've got all of that space over there for the photography, which I think this works better. So let's get it set up and see what it looks like finished. Okay, I've just set up my seat, chair, and how I think that I would probably film. And one thing I've noticed is you can't see anything on that shelf behind me, so it's kind of pointless being there. So I'm going to try a little bit of a different orientation. Are you ready? There we go. What do we think? Does that look better? I think that looks better. Now, granted, I have got all the blinds open on the big patio door and windows there, so you can't see anything from this light. So that light might move across a little bit, but that gives me the option to shoot straight on. You'll be able to see things on here. You've got a plant in the background, a few little kind of sound deadening pad, whatever I can't remember what they're called. But also, I can move the camera over to here and do a different angle from here. But I think that is a little bit better. And once I've got lights, and it's dark in here and we're controlling the light, I think that looks a lot better. I have got the picture off the wall that was over there, which I may put up there. What do we think? Think that looks all right? Is that a little bit too, I don't know. Might leave it off for now, but it might go back up there. So yeah, bang. I think that looks a bit better, and I will pan the camera over because what you can see now, and there's the big window door I was speaking about. Actually, let me just spin the camera around so it's better. That now leaves me with a massive amount of space because the desk area and the studio area is basically in that half. That gives me a massive amount of space over here, and you can't probably see the true size of it from the camera, to do the photography area. Let's get this room tidied up, and then let's get the stuff from the back of the van and get the photography flat laid, slanted. What I'm going for, I'll tell you what I'm going for actually before I do that. I'm going for a slanted flat lay, lit, well lit. So what I've bought is I've got an old computer desk. I say old, it's one that was here that we took down to the office that we've now brought back, which I'm going to have there with a batten fixed to it, just G-clamped to it. And then I've bought 2 pieces of MDF, some pretty decent MDF, that I'm going to fix together with a batten across the back so it doesn't move, propped up against the back of the wall and propped up on the timber across the front of the desk. Does that make sense? So then the desk will be a little bit away from the wall, so the MDF will lie like that. I'm going to cover it in a white textured, probably something like a little fleecy blanket, so actually it's got a bit of grip to it as well, and then I can just flat lay the products onto there. I'm going to use the studio lights, which you've seen, but I'll show you them all properly in a minute, to light the area, and I think that will work really well. I'm looking forward to it, and actually I'm quite liking this little natural light coming into the side. Looks pretty good. But that's the plan. Anyway, that is the plan for the new clothing area thing, and then everything can be done in here. So we've got area for all my day-to-day kind of admin stuff, and also a nice studio environment for all the normal videos that I produce. Then we've got a working area over there for all the clothes, and then I'm going to have a packing area right next to it, so as soon as they're photographed, they're folded, they're put in polyload bags, they've got the SKU code put on them, and then they're racked, ready, done. And then I'll probably transfer them all down to my office stroke warehouse where they will ship, because that's where all mail collects from. That's the plan. So let's get that done. God, honestly, you would think that I would be good with cameras, but we've gone from this to... Now that would have worked better if this had managed to fit in between these foam pads and that wall, which it didn't. So I've had to change orientation. And actually, I've got more space against this part of the wall here, and it works a lot better. So let me bring you a bit closer so you can see what I've done. Right, so there we go. Now, take into account, obviously, these blinds will be down, so just, that's the back of it, which I can use for a little bit of storage. And what I've done is I've screwed 2 pieces of 1/2-inch MDF together, a la this shot here, and then we've got a nice fleecy kind of textured backdrop that gives it a bit of grip as well. And we've got the computer desk will double up as a little bit of storage, some space where I can get my feet underneath and stand, and yeah, there we go. So the proof is going to be in the pudding. What does it take photographs like? Okie dokie, here we are set up, and I have to say, I'm really proud of it. It looks really good. We've got the slanted flat lay area, which I'm hoping that tilt is okay. What I might do, just for the record, is I might put a bit of string down so I can use a coat hanger to then hang. So it depends how they lay. It depends how it sits on there. This is a fleecy kind of backdrop, so it should have a bit of grip to it. We've got two lights that shine nice, 5600 Kelvin light, which is nice, crisp white light, not yellow. And I've got a bit of storage, I've got lots of space, and we're going to put it to the test. I have got a nice Coldplay Music of the Spheres official band tee, which I got from the concert that I went to see in Wembley last year, which is not for sale. This is one of my personal collection. Concert was brilliant. If you've not seen Coldplay before, go and see them. And I'm going to put this out, and I'm going to be taking photographs today with iPhone 14. I have got another camera which I'm considering to use when I bulk photograph, and then just put the SD card in my Mac. But just for today's purposes, we're going to use the iPhone. So I'm going to get this on, take some photographs, I'm going to get in front of the computer, I'm going to show you what they're like. Happy days, all done, and I'm really happy with the way this looks. It looks brilliant. I still don't know about whether to put my framed picture up there. Comment down below, let me know whether you think I should or not, or let me know what you think this looks like. It's supposed to be a nice, relaxed place. I can talk to you, make some content, have a bit of a chat and a ramble. What do you think? Do you think it looks better than before? Do you think it looks okay? Would you change anything? Let me know down below. But the photography area, which I'm going to pan the camera over, and I know you've seen it. It's right there. It's literally there. My studio for filming is here. The photography stuff is just there for the clothes when they arrive. And I'm chuffed. And that's just took me a morning to do. But you want to know what the photograph looks like. Well, I'm going to pop it up on the screen right here so you can have a look. I am going to have to play around with the distance of the lighting. I just literally put them really close, took a photograph, it's straight out of my phone. I've not edited it in any way. That's what it looks like. I'm really happy. Whether I'm going to keep that textured background, I don't know. Maybe try something smooth. I'm just going to have a play around with it, I think. And once I'm actually photographing on a regular basis and getting the gear in and doing a lot of photography, I think I'm going to know. I might refine it a little bit. But overall, I am super happy with that. And it hasn't took me that long. And actually, the room is far more usable than I had before. I still have got the leather sofa over there, which was going to form part of the podcast. I was going to have people sitting over there if anybody turns up, because it's a good little backdrop. I still may use that for the podcast. I don't know yet. Happy days. What do you think? Comment down below again. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think of the layout, and if you want reminding again, because I like showing it. There you go. There it is. Yeah. It's obviously going to be better when those doors aren't in. And sorry if you can hear the dog, but yeah, I am at home and the dog likes to bark. But anyway, I'm happy with this. This is really good. And actually, it's probably another decent little angle for videos, for vlogging, for whatever. I like this. Happy days. Really chuffed with that. And with it being just coming up to 3 o'clock, it's Saturday and we've got the Spanish F1 qualifying. So I'm going to pick this up again tomorrow and talk about a few other things that's been going on, and then finish the video off tomorrow. So yeah, time for a bit of relaxation. Well, it's now Sunday and it's the day of rest. And to be honest with you, I don't really need to do any more in here. It works well. Everything's set up for what I need it. The clothes, when they land, can be photographed, can be packed, can be sent down to the warehouse, ready for dispatch. This area is looking really good for photographing all of my content. So happy days. So I think to end the video, I'm going to touch on a little bit of a business update to let you know kind of where we are with the project account, where the clothes are coming from, just in case you've not caught any of my previous videos. And if you haven't, why not? Go back and watch them. They are really good quality and deserve more views. But anyway, so if you didn't watch my previous video, I had a load of stuff in my project eBay account that just wasn't shifting because it was old, and it was all some old clothing I had that I've had for like 10 years that I just didn't want anymore. Old stuff that I'd accrued from places. And to be honest with you, I'm not surprised a lot of it didn't sell because it was just tat. So I decided to clear everything out in preparation for this new direction that I'm taking this project down the vintage clothing avenue. So I turned the whole store into 99p auction store, and as thought, majority of stuff sold for 99p. So I'm going to give you a bit of an update of what sold and for what price. So we sold the Star Wars kids hooded shirt that sold for 99p. We sold a 52mm UV filter for a digital camera that sold for 99p. We sold some mixed play wireless headphones, Bluetooth headphones, sorry. They sold for 99p. The vintage 1990s IKEA lamp went for £4.31, which was better. The women's running socks went for 99p. The Black Rock waterproof work trousers went for, 99p. The Hurricane lamp, better, £9.42. That only cost me a couple of quid. We made a bit of money on that, so that's good. Cocktail making kit went for £3.04. FBR Noah running shoes went for 99p. So there we go. So we've moved those. We've got them out of the way, cash back in the bank, ready to buy some more clothing. So what I'm probably going to do with everything that's left, I'm going to bulk it all together in just one big kind of reseller box. There's some good stuff in there. There's some rubbish stuff in there. There's videos, records. There's some electronic-y sort of stuff. There's some games, board games and stuff. I'm going to put it all together in one big reseller's job lot and get it gone, because I want the store clear for next week, ready for the new direction to kick in, and I want it solely focused on the new direction. So I put a video out on Wednesday just detailing where I'm getting all the stock from, and just to highlight my partnership with Fleek, which is a vintage and retro online clothing marketplace. And for me, this has opened the door to a wealth of supply that I would never have had access to before. So I'm really excited about that. And right at the start of this project, I said, what I wanted to do is spend a year building a new eBay business from scratch to as big as I can, and try different categories and try different sectors and see what works and what doesn't, and document the journey right from the start. Now, this is the perfect opportunity for me to really niche down into a certain sector within the fashion category on eBay and Vinted and Depop and places like that, and see if this category works. It might not, but then again, it might. And I like my clothing, I love my vintage stuff, and I think this is something I can really get my teeth into. So I'm really happy with the partnership with Fleek. I'm gonna kind of back that up with sourcing from different locations as well. But Fleek offers me such a massive library of stock and access to wholesalers that I wouldn't normally have had access to. So I'm really excited about that. I've already put my first order in. I've put a £225 order in, as you can see here, with Fleek. That is due to be delivered to me. It says on the tracking between the 13th and the 17th of June. It's already been picked, gone through quality check and shipped, and that all happened in 3 days. So I'm hoping it's going to be here a little bit sooner than that. And then once that's here, I'm going to do a live unboxing video or an unboxing video, which if you want to watch, make sure you are subscribed to the channel, hit that bell icon, all that kind of good stuff, and you'll be notified when that video is out. But as soon as the stock's here, I'm going to do an unboxing so we can look at the quality and the sizes and the fits and all that sort of stuff. So if you're interested in the fashion sector, you're interested in potentially working with Fleek or sourcing from Fleek, and if you are, use this code here for £27 off your first order. All you need to do, register using the code, and you'll get £27 off your first order. And I'll put that down in the description in case you missed it from the screen. So yeah. I am really excited. I think the setup that we've got here is going to be really productive. We can get the stock in, we can get it photographed, we can get it packed, we can get it down to the warehouse, we can get it listed and sold. I'm going to be listing on Vinted and eBay. I'm considering looking at Depop as well. I've downloaded it. I'm going to have a look at that as well. Also, a few weeks ago, I mentioned Eco Tech Parts eBay store, which is a brand new eBay store launched upon my business. I thought it was a good idea to bring that into this type of content. I'm leaving my main business out of everything because it's completely separate to this kind of project. But because we launched a new eBay store, I thought it would be good to bring it into the mix and show you how that's going and compare it to the private account that I've set up that we are then turning into a business, just so you can see the difference between how a business account performs compared to a private account performance. So at the moment, that's been trading for 4 weeks, so less time than my private account, and that has already done just under £2,100 worth of sales, and we've done 182 orders in the space of 4 weeks on a business account, selling spare parts for computers and phones and stuff like that, compared to £800, just over £800 on a private account selling bits and pieces from around the house. That is a niche-based store trading with a business account. My private one is a private account currently selling a little bit of everything. Can we see the difference? We can see the difference, can't we? £2,100 on one on the business account in a niche, offering specific products, compared to 882 quid. How much is it? Is it 882 quid? Where are we at? Let's have a look. I can do this live while I'm talking, I don't mind. Where have we done? Sales. £838.60 and on a private account. Selling a little bit of everything. Tat. It's a good comparison to have, and that's the reason why I brought it into this kind of mix of content. So, as soon as the clothes arrive, we'll be converting to a business account on eBay. We've got our Vinted account set up already. Then the fun will begin, listing and selling and sourcing more and daily updates on sales. And honestly, I'm really excited. I'm honestly really excited. So I think I'm going to draw everything to a close here because it's Sunday, and despite me loving making videos, I also love spending time with my partner and doing some non-work stuff just to give myself some headspace and downtime from work. So if you've made it this far into the video, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. Please give this video a massive thumbs up because it's the only way that my content gets found on YouTube. And if you haven't done so already, because there are over 70% of you that watch these videos that aren't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button, tap that bell icon, all that regular good stuff, and support me making these type of content videos that hopefully benefit you in your reselling journey. So yeah, thank you for watching. Keep sourcing, keep selling, keep making money, and I will see you on the next video.